Hunt is an amazing story about first impressions and how wrong they are.
You know what this is, right? Goddamn Manorcade.
This is real?
It sort of examines what if those crazy theories were true.
I had my husband read him. He was like, they're gonna be really mad. I was like, they're gonna be really mad. And then we realized we were talking about two different groups of people.
You actually believed we were hunting human beings for sport.
But you are.
I was laughing, I was horrified.
5 pages in, I was like, I gotta do this movie.
The goal was really to do something that was a roast of both sides.
To make some commentary on what the political moment is.
This felt dangerous because it was talking about things that weren't that far off from the real world, but that also made it much more fun to write.
Do you think you should be afforded mercy just because you're a girl?
No.
The Hunt is first and foremost a horror movie, but it's also a social thriller.
Whoa, don't shoot, asshole. I'm on your side.
We thought it would be important for the liberals in this movie to be inspired by some great piece of Orwellian fiction.
Is this your pig?
At the end of Animal Farm, the pigs are in the barn and they're standing on hind legs and wearing clothes and drinking beer, and all the other animals are sitting outside looking through the window sadly.
You read Animal Farm?
There was a tip of the hat to that moment at the end of our movie because Crystal is now dressed like a hunter.
We talked about costume as a way of stereotyping people.
You could kind of tell a lot of story with the costume.
Crystal is someone who just sort of gave up on herself a little bit.
We wanted a 90s silhouette and something reminiscent of a teenage girl's catalog. And we wanted that kind of nostalgia to show that she was holding on to her past and she was holding on to something that made her feel protected.
A lot of things that Athena has at her fingertips so easily, it's like luxury and elegance. I wanted Crystal to really be the opposite of that. If Athena is the goddess of war and intellect, I wanted Crystal to be Medusa, a woman cursed and forgotten and fully insane.
And then in the case of the hunters, their costuming was going to be a reflection of how ridiculous it is sometimes to put on a costume that doesn't necessarily fit you.
Guys, we're all on the same team.
Did you say guys?
I'm sorry, I gendered it.
What's great about Ted the Doctor wearing fatigues is we wanted to make sure that they had never been touched before, that they were pressed and pristine.
Who has the hand sanitizer?
Oh, Christ, Richard, just rough it.
Go fuck yourself, Liberty.
From a props and set dressing standpoint, we landed on letting the blue and the red almost be indicative of things that would be wary of. So we did things like the gun cart that comes out of the crate in the beginning, we gave a very stark red look to it. On the plane in the beginning, we would use blue and red lighting.
A lot of the times as Crystal, I think, oh, maybe she thinks she's dreaming sometimes. You see a pig with a shirt on, Matt. Some of the sets feel like a dream, like coming upon that gas station that's kind of perfectly retro. It feels like a dream sequence.
The whole idea behind this was sort of like isolated country store, which is meant to feel like refuge from the onslaught. From an art department standpoint, we did more work inside than outside, but we did make a little hand-painted sign trying to give the whole place a bit of a vintage country feel to it.
Why, you're in the glorious state of Arkansas.
We are supposed to be in Croatia, and there's a few things that sort of hint at the fact we're not where we think we are. This idea that they've shipped a bunch of stuff here from the States. There's also bins in there that have been labeled with things like American candy, gas masks, things that sort of tell you, like, wait a minute, there's maybe something else going on here. It's always fun to do that kind of little detail dressing.
Is there anything else that... Cigarettes in Arkansas only cost $6. You fucked up, bitch!
Ultimately, our goal is from start to finish for this movie to be a great ride. But then our hope is that you think about it a little bit, that it stays with you, that you turn to the person that you watched it with and say, what do you think that was all about? And they can say, shut up, I'm hungry. It was just about people getting killed. Don't be an idiot.
Jesus.
Or they can turn to you and say, I think it was about the fundamental idea that mankind is going to politically break into two disparate political ideologies.
Fucking redneck. These liberal elites, you know, the globalist cucks who run the deep state.
And the two will be at war with each other for as long as we draw breath on this planet. And boy, ain't that a shame.
It's fucking great.